morning, students. Welcome back to our online class for today. Okay, so today is Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. Alright, so today we are going to learn about the last lessons in Unit 6, Lesson 5, going abroad to study. So, students, have you ever dreamed to study abroad? Okay, so to study abroad, there are two ways to study, okay? Two ways that you can go and study abroad. The first, you pay full for tuition for study at the university abroad if you are a wealthy family, okay? But if for the poor family, you can also take an exam for the scholarship, okay? You have to take the scholarship to study because to study abroad, the school and tuition and expenses are very expensive. So you need to have much money to afford this. Okay. So for the wealthy family, that is okay. For those students who want to learn abroad, they have money to pay for tuition, pay for expenses. Okay. And for the poor family, you can take scholarship. Okay. You can get a scholarship to study abroad. So to get a scholarship, you have to study hard. Okay, to study hard, you have to complete. You need some experiences from the workplace at least. Yeah, I'm not sure, but at least. Okay, the hours according to the scholarship requirements. Okay, all right, good. So. Well, in this lesson, we'll tell you about something about some vocabulary related to how can you get to study abroad, and okay, so what can you do in this lesson also. So in this lesson, we'll tell you briefly also how to about going abroad to study, right? Okay, good, students. So now teacher would like you to look at back to page, to page 83 first. Everyone, so can you tell me about the previous topic that we learned yesterday? So yesterday we learned about, so we learned about part A and part B in lesson 4 and part C as well. We complete some exercises, and about part B, we learned about vocabulary. So, which vocabularies that we have learned, students? Can you tell me? Okay, so let me just tell you. We learned about make up, inquiry, browse, find out, sitting on campus, recruiter, surrounding community, wonders, and visit. Okay, good. So, do you still remember all the meanings, all of this vocabulary? And can you read all of these vocabularies and phrases well? Okay, so if you're not sure about the meanings and how to read all of this vocabulary, teacher recommend you watching the video, yesterday's video. Okay, good. So and also teacher used to skip about part D, grammar, thing plus that clause. So teachers think that this topic is very easy for you and most of the students can understand it. So if you're not sure about this point, you can just read, okay? Just spend 5 minutes or 2 minutes to read it. Teacher think you will understand, okay? This topic is easy for you. Alright, so that's why teacher used to skip this point. So let's come to our lesson for today, lesson 5, going abroad to study. So going abroad to study, that is very important can be important because you can get high education from that country, okay, and you get more developed from the living there, okay, more experience also from abroad, okay. So teacher recommends students going abroad to study. So this is very this is good for every student, every humans, every citizen, that we can get more experience for our life by studying and living abroad. Okay, good. So now let's move to part A, model conversation, students. So please open your book to page 84. Then you will see part A, model conversation. Teacher would like you to spend 5 minutes to read and listen to the conversation. So Okay, so teacher will show about the model conversation on the screen of the video. So everyone, you have time 5 minutes, 2 minutes for reading and 2 minutes for listening and 3 minutes for reading. Okay, good. So now let's pause the video and read read and listen to all together.
Track 32. I'm not happy with any of the schools I looked at. I think I'll just keep going to this one.
Why not take a semester off? It'll give you some time to think about what you want to do.
I'd like to travel, but I'd probably better finish my studies.
Why don't you combine those ideas? Go abroad to study for a semester. There are lots of good exchange programs. You could learn a new language and culture and still finish your studies.
That's not a bad idea, but it means I have to continue researching and thinking about a budget.
I'll talk to my cousin in London. He studied in Canada, so he might have some suggestions.
The Canadian Embassy is near my place, too. Maybe I'll go in and ask some questions about visas and insurance and stuff.
Okay, so everyone, have you done with your reading and listening yet? Okay, good. So teacher believes that you have done with that. Okay, everyone. So now let's move to part B. We are going to learn about vocabulary, and the last theory you require to do. Okay, exercise from 1 to 8 by fill in the blanks with the correct word from the box. So the box is it's on page 84. You can see that. Alright, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to know about the meaning of all of this vocab first before you do this exercise, okay? So now let's teacher read it for you, then teacher will tell you about the definition of all of this vocabulary. Okay, so let's start. Visa, culture, budget, take blah 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 off, take something. So, for example, take time off, okay, means a break, or take a year off. Okay. Insurance, embassy, exchange program, combined. Okay, again, combined, exchange program, embassy, insurance, take off, budget, culture, visa. Okay, students, repeat after me all together. Visa, culture, budget, take off, insurance, embassy, exchange program, combined. Okay, this one we read it budget. Okay, budget. So budget is related to money. Okay, the way that we save money for the way that we prepare money for our living. All right. So we call budget. All right. So now let teacher tell you about the definition of all of this vocabularies and phrase. So visa, we talk about the official marks on the passport that allow persons to enter. Okay, so enter the foreign country. So we call visa. Again, visa and official marks on the passport. Okay, on the passport that allowed a person to enter the foreign country. So we call visa. Culture, everyone. So you know culture already, right? So culture, we talk about the language, the arts, okay, of a specific group or we can society, okay, specific group or society. So for Cambodian people have our own culture. For Thailand, for Thai, okay. For Thai or for Laos, so they all have their own culture as well. All right, so next, budget. So budget, we talk about the money, okay? prepare the money for paying for our life, for our daily life. So we call budget. Next, take off. Take off over here means take something off. Okay, take something off. Example: take time off. Take time off means take a break of the study at university or work. Okay, it's called take a break. Right? We can say take a year off. Take a year off means we break 1 year. We break 1 year to do something. Okay. Right. Insurance. Insurance. So insurance, it functions as a noun, students. You know this? Okay, so we talk about the money that we pay for the company, and the company promised to pay back for us when pay back for the people when the people is hurt or died, or when something he or she owned have some problems like lost or damage, right? We lost the car, so we lose the car, so the company will pay for us. It's according to the agreement, okay? It's according to the agreement that we agree with the company, okay? For example, the company agree that if you pay for the company and if you get hurt, the company will pay for us for the hospital, okay? And if you take an insurance for the car, when the car get hit or damaged from something or lost, so the company will pay for us also. So this is called insurance. Let's talk about the agreements of the company and the person who pay for the company. Okay, students. So embassy is function as a noun. What does it mean? So it talks about the building where where government representative of foreign country work. Okay, so we call embassy. And exchange program. Exchange program. This is the program, the short time study. Okay, short time study abroad. We used to exchange program. It means this program combined with different foreigners from different countries. Okay, it contains 1 week or 2 weeks. Okay, or 2 weeks, or can be 6 months, or that is according to the program. Okay, next combine. Combine means to mix. Okay, good. So now you understand all the meaning, all of this vocabulary. So let me read it for you again. Visa, culture, budget, take off, insurance, embassy, exchange program, combine. Okay, so now it's time to do exercise, students. Please open your book to page 84, then you will see the exercise that you are going to do right now. Okay, fill in the blanks with the correct words from the box. So, okay, the words from the box is on page 84. Okay, so now let's do it all together. What we have to do over here, we have to choose, okay, all of these vocabularies and phrases to complete into the correct blank from 1 to 8. Alright, students, do with me all together. 1. Before visiting a new country, you should learn a little about it what. Okay, we should learn about it what. For example, we are going to go to study at or to visit at Japan. Okay, so we should learn about it. Okay, can we learn about how to talk to them, how the way they talk, and we talk about culture. Okay, so let's write the letter culture with the letter B. Okay, next, number 2, to study in foreign country, you need a student. Blah blah blah. Student what? Students. So to study at a foreign country, you need a student. Student what? So if you want to go to abroad, you need to have passport, right? So we call visa. That is the official mark on the visa, on the passport. So A. Next, Ali is applying to a blah 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 so that she can study in Argentina. It's like she apply for what? Exchange program to study. Okay, so exchange program with letter G. So teachers stand here. Easy to see the vocabulary clear. Okay, so number 4, it's important to make earn so that you don't spend too much money. Earn what? Budget or embassy. It is important to make one. To make an exchange program, no, already. Insurance, no. So budget. So letter C. Okay. Number 4. Okay, this is number 4. Letter C. Okay, number 5. My professor is going to blah 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 a year to write a book. So it can be break, right? So take a year off. Okay, take off. Number 6. When you put things together, you mix them. Because you combine them. Okay. Letter H. Number 7. Students at universities need health. Health what? Insurance. Okay, insurance. So they need health insurance. So health insurance, car insurance, right? All of this. Next. 7th already. 8. Some students gesture with their countries when they study abroad. When they study abroad, they gesture what? With the culture, with their embassy. Countries embassy. Okay, good. E. Insurance. F. This one F. Okay, is it correct? Right. So that's all, students. If you have questions, just leave a question below the video, or you can chat directly to me to ask that question, or your home teacher as well. Okay, good. So that's all. With this, students, please have a nice breakfast.